Hey everybody, I'm Chris. Thanks for watching. I did not set out to fall in love with Dede Westbrook this summer. I watched a lot of game film for a lot of guys for that 2018 Harris Football Player Profile Almanac, and I wasn't expecting Westbrook to stand out like he did, and I got sort of excited about how he played once he came back off of IR at the end of last year. I want to show you some examples today because I had a hard time keeping Dede Westbrook out of my top 40 receivers for fantasy in 2018. The good thing is that if I'm right, we're probably not going to have to pay that price. He's going to be a little bit more of a late round gambit, a bench guy we can just stash and see. I recognize that there are lots of potential problems with the depth chart, with the quarterback, with the offensive philosophy. But if Westbrook is as good as I think he might be, as he looked in his best moments in his rookie year, I think they'll find a way to get him the ball. I hesitate to say this. My comparison right now for Dede Westbrook is maybe Marvin Harrison, similarly sized player, a lot of athletic ability. Obviously, Westbrook has tons to prove between where he is right now, where he was last year, and being anything close to the all-time great Marvin Harrison. But I am interested. Let's take a look at some film. His first play that I noticed against the Cardinals didn't even make the catch, and I still went, wait, who? So the Cardinals are playing zone here. I'm not even going to say Westbrook runs any kind of amazing route. I just sort of want you to pay attention to what happens at the end of it. Doesn't even make the catch. It's not all that good of a throw. It's that turkey hole throw where Bortles is trying to throw it between the safety and the corner. Just that moment when Westbrook goes up, I think even Antoine Bethea is like, what? Where's that guy? Again, I'm not going to tell you that Dede Westbrook is going to be some kind of high flyer in his career where he's going to be leaping over fools and making catches in the back of the end zone. He's too short for that. But that's some real athletic ability. And I remember watching this game. This is week 12. And I remember it was one of the first plays I took notice of Westbrook. And I was like, okay, all right, you can jump, young man.
No scooch. 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 No scooch. Now that's a scooch.
Yeah.
No scooch. Scooch. No scooch. You need a scooch.
Yeah.
Here's a play against the Seahawks, and what I liked about the Jags' philosophy with Westbrook last year was when a defense would single him up, like Seattle is doing here with the ghost of Byron Maxwell. Granted, this is not a great defensive back that Westbrook is having to face. They wanted to do one of two things. They either wanted to take a shot or take some free money. I'll show you some free money later in the show, but here's a deep shot where, okay, yes, Maxwell's really slow, so being able to run even with him and past him and then sort of fake him out doesn't show you a lot. But, I mean, Maxwell's also completely mugging him here. So I like being able to come back for that back shoulder and snatch it while he's falling backwards and the giant Maxwell sort of falling on top of him. I'm impressed by the sort of ball skills, sort of raw, intangible abilities of falling away and catching the ball like that. And then same game, and it's still Byron Maxwell, and I'm still not allowed to be impressed by that aspect of it. But once again, you see the Jags recognizing they've got man coverage, and they like the matchup against a lesser corner, and they send Westbrook deep, and once again, ball skills, and once again, running past someone who's not that good. I guess you could be saying Westbrook can't be very fast if he's just not roasting Byron Maxwell, broke-ass Byron Maxwell, but it's very physical coverage, and it is still a very big human draped all over him. I still think that's a very good catch. Okay, this is the conference championship game against the Patriots, and once again, the plan seems to be, if I'm getting Dede Westbrook by himself, even if it's against Stephon Gilmore, I'm interested in it. Bortles is going to try to look off McCourty, the deep safety. He's got one-on-one coverage, and that's just a nice ball adjustment. I think in a big spot, I like the ability to adjust to the throw. I don't know that it's all that good of a throw, and it was also Westbrook's only catch of that game, but it's thrown to the back shoulder. Again, I think we're starting to see the development of some pretty special ball skills. And You want ball skills? Cool, I'll show you more ball skills against the 49ers. That is a great adjustment, once again, thrown to the back shoulder. I think it's a touchdown. I mean, they didn't wind up challenging it. The Jags wound up rushing to the line of scrimmage and getting the short touchdown. I think the impression that I'm sort of trying to give you in these first several clips is this notion that, yes, he's a small package, he tested as a great athlete, but maybe we're just sort of looking at a dude who, if you put it near him, despite a lack of an elite wingspan, he's going to make a pretty great play. Now, Dede Westbrook tested out at his pro day as a sub 4.4 40 guy. I'm not sure I saw that on film all the time from Westbrook, and I'm showing you a bunch of plays where he looks great. I mean, there's certainly tons of times where the Jags are ignoring him, and I'll talk about the depth chart in a little while. I also find a few plays where you can start to see glimpses of that deep speed and not against Byron Maxwell. Let's take a look at a couple. So here we are against the 49ers again. He's against Akello Witherspoon. Akello Witherspoon's a 4.45 40 guy. He's a pure athlete who the 49ers are trying to turn into a better football player. Obviously, this winds up not being a completion because Blake Bortles makes a horrible read and throw here. And for a quarterback who maybe wouldn't mind taking a hit, take the hit, Blake, take the hit. But a quarterback who didn't mind taking a hit here, I think waits a beat longer. Westbrook breaks into the clear, and Witherspoon's roasted. And then, yeah, I'm being a little bit of a weasel, only showing you plays where he doesn't actually make the catch, and you're going to see this play is his fault. But another proof of his long speed. This time Bortles does make a good throw, and Westbrook drops it. But it's number 33, Ty Smith, is matched up one-on-one. Again, if the Jags have been told, if we get this matchup, sometimes we're going to take a shot. And yeah, catch that ball. Please catch that ball. Duck hands. Yeah, we don't like the drop, but we like the explanation of some long speed. And then the other thing that the Jags tended to do as the season went along, let me just give you 3 quick plays, just examples of the strategies the Jags used to show me as a viewer that Westbrook is a weapon. Okay, back to that Cardinals game. Westbrook is there at the top of the screen. You've got Traymon Williams playing way off. And my sense is that this is an audible. My sense is this isn't even the first read on the play, but when Williams is off, we will take the free money. And will you do that with a lot of receivers? Absolutely you will. But your kid who missed the first 10 weeks of the season has never played in the NFL before. I think it shows you think he's quite an athlete. You want to see the ball in his hands. Earlier, same game, Westbrook's there in the slot. The Honey Badger is across from him. Bortles reads blitz. Westbrook reads blitz. He's the hot receiver. He takes the screen, get the ball in his hands. He's a dynamic runner. The zigzagging run, not going to run over anybody. Neither did Marvin Harrison. That's not a comparison I should still be making, but neither did Marvin Harrison. And I like the run after catch possibility Westbrook has. And then here's one in the wild card game against the Bills. Westbrook there again at the top of the screen. It winds up being zone, but the Jags see the corner playing off because he's actually going back to vacate his zone, and a linebacker or a nickelback is coming over to get Westbrook. But again, if you get him short, give it to him short, he will make the play going toward the sideline and basically get free money. And I saw that a bunch. Free money, throwing it short when defense is playing off of Dede Westbrook. Can I guarantee that Dede Westbrook is the number 1 receiver of the Jacksonville Jags? I cannot. Marquise Lee signed for a whole bunch of money. They've got Allen Hurns. They have a bunch of players there. Keelan Cole was pretty good at the end of last year. However, the one I think is special is Westbrook. I see enough in dribs and drabs that he's the sort of player I got interested in just by seeing the highlights. Maybe I was in a good mood that night. Maybe you're watching that film and thinking, meh, I don't see a huge bunch of big plays, and if Harris has to show me incomplete passes, maybe there isn't a ton of playmaking ability there. I will counter by saying the kid missed most of training camp. The kid missed the first 10 weeks of the season after having core muscle surgery and still picked it up pretty well and became an important part, ancillary part, but an important part of the offense. We're still talking about Blake Bortles. We're still got Leonard Fournette and some version of, let's not call it exotic smash mouth, but something like that, a very conservative offense. So I get that we don't get super excited about all the Jags receivers situationally. And I get probably that my rank from early August of putting Westbrook inside my top 40 fantasy receivers is sort of nonsense because you don't have to take him there. You don't have to take him in the 7th round, I'm going to say, unless the hype gets out of control on him. But file the name away. I think there are some teams where I'm going to stash him as my wide receiver 5 or 6 and take a look as the season goes along. And if the ability and the playmaking, if the leaping, if the speed is as special as I think, well, I think that's a reason to start changing your offense, Jacksonville, and we could see just that. Make sure you check out harrisfootball.com. That's where I got a whole lot of podcasts. I think most of you watching know I have a podcast, but I do have a podcast every weekday. You can listen to that for more talk about film and lots of other stuff in fantasy. I've got the Player Profile Almanac. I'd love it if you'd get that as well. And subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button. Write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, and of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.